Mark and Tara here, and welcome to the 10 Acre Woods. It is a beautiful, balmy, -4 degrees Celsius. It doesn't hurt on the face when we come outside.
Right.
I don't have my gloves on. It's overcast, but that's fine. That's just insulation to keep us warm, essentially. And so I heard, looks like Levi out there, so they will soon join us. We're going to go out and feed the ponies first. Tara's got some bananas. Who are they for?
The pigs like them.
The pigs. Well, yeah.
They're out of bananas out there.
So, and then last video, I believe it was Lefty commented that he would like to see she, I don't know.
Right, you
Lefty.
don't know.
That you want to see a little bit more of the history of the animals. I know some of you have just fairly recently joined us and subscribed, and you're probably going through and binging the 10 years of videos from the beginning. But to fast track that a little bit, what I decided to do was do like a feature animal or feature animals kind of in each video. So last week I did Sheldon and kind of his story and where he came from. And this week I think we're going to do Tinker and Turbo. So they have their stories pretty interesting, and I already pulled some clips and some highlights of over the years with them. They've been with us 10 years now, so they were lambs. They were lambs back in 2016. So we'll touch base on them when we get back in to the barn. Okay, so the ponies are still. There's Meadow.
Hey, hey, hey!
And Astrid's over there. So they're gonna saunter in.
So we're transitioning them over to the other hay.
Which hay is that?
Well, that's more of a roughage, more of a sweet with a bunch of different like clovers and whatnot.
Okay.
And then this is, it's still ditch hay, like grass, like ditch grass, whatever. But this one has more broadleaf. So that's more of your clover and...
And this was last year's?
No, it's all... Well,
it just came off
all
a different...
last year's, but it comes in differently.
Yeah.
There's first cut and second cut or whatever, so...
True, yes.
This is more like broadleaf. So, well, actually, see on the ground, that's all clover seed.
Oh, right, yes.
So it's more of a branchy... This is grass and thistle and... Hey!
A mixture of different
But we
hays.
can't switch them totally. So we watch our bales as to what's in it. And so now we'll transition them over to spring grass. Like, because once the grass starts growing, it'll be sweeter.
Right.
Once they're foraging there. So you kind of watch your bales when they come in and kind of separate them as to what's more sticky and hardy.
For the winter. And then as the weather warms, as it
Astrid's
is now.
like, all mine.
Yeah, I know. Astrid's... Astrid's come a long way. So usually Meadow is the little brat. And she tests all the new ones that comes in. And when Astrid came in, she was
Levi's like, just walk right in.
She was a little pushy. But now Astrid's kind of found her spot in the herd. Yeah, but Levi's still the top dog. The top horse.
Annoying.
Yeah. But they all get along.
Oh, but that is getting along.
Yeah,
though.
it's
the
feeding.
Hierarchy.
And it's feeding time, which is when you see these actions.
Which Astrid, I put some in the building for you. Yeah. Look at all those coats. They're coats.
No, she's like, I want to eat outside. It's beautiful. Okay, go in and check here on the ducks and geese. Yeah, the door's a little sticky there. They tend to poop right around the door. Good morning.
I know, Astrid.
Yes. Good morning. So we cleaned out the waterers. Of course, it was all icy. So we took them inside and defrosted them. Good morning. Hi. Muscovy ducks up top there. And of course our pigeons. Pigeons up there. Woo! Okay.
I got you.
Okay.
I'll be back. I have to get green.
Hi. How are you doing?
Hi, Sebastian! Hi, yes, my boy! Hi, Sebastian! Hi! Hello! You're so cute. I know, not talking, just talking.
Sebastian's our most outgoing goose. All right. Well, we're just finishing up putting the barley in, wheat and barley. So you're putting barley in both of them?
I am.
Okay, but usually you put in wheat.
There's wheat in the bottom of this one.
There's wheat in the bottom, okay.
It's just because there's an excess of barley. I mean, they're both. Barley is just more sugar content, like it's higher in sugar content. Like,
Okay.
so it goes wheat, barley, oats are like. So if I want to fatten up an animal, I'll use oats.
Yeah.
But it just takes it creates more body heat. Not that they need it, but this barrel's got to be out of here come spring, or else it don't.
Yeah. Yeah, because this gets opened up to all of the animals. So we've got a gate there, but we've also got what we call the duck door. Yeah, the duck door is still there, behind the goose. So we've got a kind of a guillotine that kind of slides up, and the whole idea was to allow the ducks in and geese, but some of the goats and kid goats, we started seeing that they were pushing in. So we want to make sure that we don't have any grains in this area for spring when we open up, and that includes the barrel, just to make sure that the goats don't gorge themselves on grain, because bloat is a big concern with goats.
You get too gassy.
Yeah, way too gassy.
Way too gassy. All right, I promise you there's going to be a Muscovy in here in the morning.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Don't step on the duck.
Don't step on the duck.
There's a new duck.
Yes, I heard about you. She came in yesterday.
Yeah, this is Jenny. Jenny. So she lost her two friends.
Right. Yeah. Was it a fox or what was it?
I don't know. Hi, Jenny. Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
But
hang there.
they disappeared, did they?
Oh, she's so underweight.
That sounds like a boy. I think.
Quack quack.
What was that? It was. It's not a quack. It's a.
Yeah,
that's a boy sound.
She weighs nothing though. She's very, very. So she had frostbite on her feet. So we'll see if she can work them again. This one she'll lose a toe or two.
Yeah.
This foot's kind of questionable. But
So this was a lone survivor.
Yeah.
So they just disappeared. Was that the idea?
there was just feathers and stuff. So,
so
but
fox or coyote.
Yeah, or weasel, like, but very underweight.
Yeah.
So
They look
like
skinny.
nothing. You can feel everything. So where are you gonna go while I do feed so I don't scare the crap out of you?
Put in with Barry.
Well, no, Barry's a little friendly.
Aggressive. Or friendly, yeah. We
I
Are you too friendly, Barry? I see Sriracha hasn't, ever since we separated you two, I guess Sriracha decided that he had another person, another one to hang out with of his own kind. So here's Sriracha here. Morning, kids. We waiting for our food this morning? Yeah? Hi. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. Take some peas.
I just made her a nice little...
Oh, what's this? Oh, yeah. Okay, we'll throw you some peas. Oh, he doesn't know which one to get. And then we'll grab a couple mangoes.
And an apple and a carrot.
And an apple. Do we have some apples?
Yeah.
Oh, down in the end, yeah. Okay. Some mango. We got a growing boy, don't we? Ooh. Okay, what does Barry like most? Apple, yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking. It's a carrot and an apple. Alright, let's open this up.
Okay.
Well, he's onto the mango. Here, you got an apple and you got a carrot. So what do you think? Maybe it's going to be the mango. Oh, you're spoiled, Barry. And then we'll get him some grains as well. So we'll have to. Looks like he dumped it over. He probably flipped it, going, "Where's my grain?" What's that?
The grain's on the ground?
No, it's empty. I think he saw that it was empty and he flipped it over in rage. Says, "Where's my grain?"
There.
Okay. And we have grain. He's got water. He's all set up. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I think grain might dominate. But he goes back and...
It's probably the pellets.
Yeah, he goes back and forth. Well, there's no pellets.
Yeah.
Did you put them in?
Yeah.
They must be underneath. So there's some rabbit pellets, some alfalfa blend pellets in there. And he'll work his way around all of the different food groups. You still got a little bit of an itch, Shorty. Hey? You still got a little bit of an itch? Do you? So we've been giving them some tea, Echinacea mullein tea, in their water. So, Tara's given a whole... We better go. I didn't make the tea. Tara made the tea. What's in the tea?
In the tea is mullein,
Yeah.
which is great for respiratory, mucus, that kind of stuff. Because they were starting to, like with her eyes and cold, like that time of year. So mullein is good for the respiratory. Echinacea is an immune booster, antibiotic kind of stuff.
Right.
And then goldenrod, which is just all around an amazing herb for health and immune and everything. And then turmeric. So the turmeric is an anti-inflammatory, whatnot. So which is just for shorties stiffness, right?
Right.
But yeah, clearing up that skin on shorties looks really good. Like it's healing very nicely. Still no confirmation as to what it was, but you treat herbally. You can treat a wide variety, and nailed it. And then all those as well will help with JD's eye running eye irritating stuff. So yeah, so it's good. They've been on it a week now, and it's great. I love it. We've been drinking like this. If you notice in the last video, we were a little sick, like cold, cough, sinus. So same thing I drink, right? I just make a really strong herbal tea, and by the bucket.
Yeah. Well, the first night, didn't Tiana dump it out because it was all brown?
She dumped, yeah. She thought somebody peed in the water bowl. Even after I told her, but she was sick, so she wasn't all there. Yeah. So she dumped it. So I give it to them every morning in a really strong tea so that they drink it all. So the reason it's not brown now is because when Tiana fed last night, they drank it all.
Right.
And then she filled it with regular water.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the water's clear back there.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, so you're doing that. Well, you forgot it
Every
in the
morning.
house. So you'll do it a little bit later.
Yeah, and I'm out. I don't have any anymore out here.
Yeah, okay. Good. All right, Tara's getting some vegetables and fruits for the other ones, and Barry is still eating his rabbit pellets and grain. Okay, I'm going to go out here.
Yeah, I got a little bit to make.
Good morning, Charlie. Okay, hang on. Mom's making stuff. Mom's getting things. Look at this. Everybody's right here. Oh, of course, Tinker wants in. So she goes in. Willow. No, you're not going in. You can wait. Okay, let me through here. Let me through. Excuse me. Excuse me. Got the kids. Okay. All right, so the feature animals of this video are not you. No, they're not. Is Tinker and Turbo. Turbo. Hey. Turbo. So these two came in 2016, so that would have been 10 years ago. So this spring marks their 10th year with us, or 10th year since they were born, essentially. They're 10 years old. They did come in with two other lambs, which was Tiny and Tilly. So we were on with the T's. So Tinker or Tinkerbell and Turbo. So they were bottle-fed babies. And Turbo had a 253 in red on his back. And Tinker had a 121, I believe it was, in blue. And what that was, it came from a sheep farmer. And with that farmer, the color is the male that bred, and the number is the number of lamb that was born that year. So what had happened is the 4 lambs came in because they were rejected by their mother. And I know some of you watch the other Canadian YouTube creator, Sandy Brock, and she has a sheep farm. And what she does is if some of the animals are rejected, some of the lambs are rejected, she makes a pen with the small ones. It does take a little extra effort. Not all farmers do that. It takes some extra time. So from time to time, we'll get lambs in or other animals because they were rejected by their mother. And lambs tend to be the most common. What are you hungry? Oh, leave Shimmer alone. So Turbo. Turbo's always been quite the interesting. He got his name because he was the fastest to the bottle. And him and Sheldon actually play quite a bit. And they do it at the gate, out between their pens. And it's an ongoing battle to repair the gate. And I think we've got it to the point where they're not damaging it. I've actually welded the hinges of the gate so that they don't move and slide around. Bolting them on the traditional way just didn't work. All right. Here we go. Here's the action. We'll pause for this. We'll take a short break from the story. Now it gets quiet. Yeah, so now I got nobody gnawing on my jacket and pushing me over. That did it.
I know.
Okay, so Tinker went inside. Oh, she didn't go inside.
No, I brought out grains before.
Okay, so I guess
But
I distracted her.
it's not bad. Temperatures are warmer.
Yeah.
And if you look at her, she's not like, now it's more pattern.
Pattern baldness.
Pattern, now she wants it.
Yeah, look, there she goes. She's like, yeah, we're doing this?
I have to get it.
Yeah. Okay, so getting back to the story with Turbo. Yeah, he backs up and backs up and backs up, and then he moves forward as if he's going to ram the gate and slows right down. And as they are headbutting each other through the gate had unlatched. It had moved and shifted and unlatched. And then it was like, oh, this is a whole new world. And Turbo goes in, and it's kind of like that video with the two dogs that bark at each other. And as soon as the gate opens, they're like, oh yeah, okay, we're done. And Turbo's in there. And this happened, I think it was last summer. And then, of course, we didn't notice until maybe about half an hour later when we saw a bunch of the animals in Sheldon's pen. And it's like, what's going on here? Look back at the camera footage. Sure enough, it was Turbo and Sheldon. So the other two lambs that we had some health concerns and didn't survive. But these two did. And as you can see, Turbo's flourishing. He's quite a big boy. And he's got quite the personality. You don't want to turn your back to him and bend over. So this has happened on a couple occasions. We had some people that came out and visited the farm. And the one woman kind of bent over to pet one of the other animals. And Turbo went and took that opportunity to come up behind and to bump her and knock her down.
His thing is, because she was sitting down, he was the focus, she was petting him like crazy, and then she got up to go pet another animal.
So that was the before, yeah.
Yes. So
he got jealous.
He got jealous. And he's like, no, I'm not done being pet. Right? Which is when he tends to do it. So if we're out in the yard with a family, we say, yes, okay, so you're really loving on him. When you're done, don't take your eye off of him.
Yeah, don't turn your back on him. Well, and we actually had some footage. Marlene got knocked over by him.
Did you find that footage?
No, I can't. If I find the footage, I'll put it in there. Sorry, Marlene. But yeah.
No.
But what? Oh,
No.
Is that Tinker again? Yeah. Ma. You already ate. Oh, silly girl.
You just ate. This is why we have a deadbolt.
Yes. Yeah, there's a deadbolt there.
Yes. Because of you two. You. I'm going to do the horses now.
Okay. Do the horses.
Oh, I'm going to bring out hay.
Yeah, so there's not really much of a story with Tinker. She's kind of... she's... Look at this. Turbo. I don't know. He's just got so much more personality. Tinker's Tinker. She doesn't...
Well, that was the year of the T's.
Yes.
Tinker, yeah. Turbo, Tiny,
and Tilly. Yeah.
And Turbo was the first to the bottle.
Yeah, so we went over that and
Tinker,
showed the footage
Tinker
of...
had a leak forever.
A leak?
She would pee and then she'd dribble everywhere.
Oh,
so
okay.
Tinker.
Oh, is that how you got the name?
Yeah.
But it's actually Tinker Bell.
Yeah, well.
But yeah, I guess it works both ways.
Now it's Tink, and now it's...
Tink.
Yeah. So their hay will be less now too out here because it's warming up. So we'll go back to the 3 barrels. 3, you know, like they don't need it for the bed warmth.
Yeah. Good morning, you two. See, this is Sriracha's new friend.
Oh, and her name's Lena.
Lena.
Yeah, Henlena.
We didn't have a name for her?
No.
So how'd she get the name Lena?
Henlena.
Henlena.
I don't know. Tiana came in last night with a name.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Tiana names most of the animals here on the farm. Well, we ask you on on social media about names, primarily on Facebook. When we have some animals that don't have names, we ask you guys. So I guess not all of the animals, the cats for sure. She has had a big say in the names of our cats, named after Norse and Greek gods.
Their names just come to you. Like she said, she was always calling her little hen. So Henlena. They just come to you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's weird what they do. It's like
Henlena.
Henlena. So Lena.
All right. Kids have their hay. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Oh, you gonna come see me? Yes. Yes, you're the curious one, aren't you? Yes.
I need some of that hay you were just standing on.
Okay.
Right?
You need more?
Yeah. Oh, never mind. I'll sweep it in. You're throwing me these little tidbits, which are like.
Yeah, this is the problem with holding the camera and trying to help out.
Your company is appreciated.
I've done it before where I've put the camera down and done static shots, and this is something that Sandy Brock does because, of course, it's her primarily in the videos, so she'll put it in. She'll do a lot of static shots, but Tara moves at a faster rate, and she doesn't have patience for me to set the camera up, set it in position. It doesn't take long, but by the time I do that, then she would be done what she's doing. So we've kind of come up with a system here, which is why I'm behind the camera and Tara's doing most of the work.
I love the work. Mark's my tech guy. I'm the laborer. And I'm okay with that. I like it. It's kind of like I'm worried my hair is going to get caught in here.
Oh, the fan.
It's kind of like that perfect relationship where if you know what you like doing, don't complain about it. Like Mark's good at the tech stuff. Because he's good at the tech stuff, he has to think through every process. I don't. I do it. If I screw it up, I redo it. And by the time I've done that, even if it takes 3 times, Mark's still got the diagram. Okay? I prefer the labor part. Getting her done. All right, look. Right? And then I can sit back and watch how much they love their new space. Hi. So this is the small stuff that we were talking about. Because even these guys were transitioning. That's the clover, flaky stuff, because they were outside, right?
Right, yeah.
And now, can you move your ball? He's so stubborn.
He's like, I'm busy.
Yeah, you know what? Eat it over there. You're right in front of the gate. Move your bum. Move your bum.
And there's not much there. He can move over there and get. He says, I just need to get this one little bit.
Right.
Back in the house, and we have to check on the cats. Here's Coda. Hi. They love these little spots. Oh, and of course, Tear. Tear's our little shy one. Hi. Are you drooling? Get a little bit of drool down below. We have to clean this bed regularly. So Tara puts it in the laundry and cleans it out. So where's Nix? Nix is... Oh. Nix is with Tiana. Hi, Nix. Hi. Yeah. Is that your human? All right. So Tara, what are you working on here?
Right? Sneak across the counter. She sits in the chair all pretty.
Yeah.
Seed swap is next Saturday. So got all my seed list all done up and filling a few orders, and then we'll have fun with people at the seed swap next Saturday. Wait, Saturday. 15th. Day 15th. So it's Sunday. I
Sunday?
think it's Sunday.
Yeah, I thought it was Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday. Sorry, Sunday. But I wanted to show them
Yes, your tea.
the tea. So in the garden we grow Echinacea, Mullein, and goldenrod, which harvest wild. And so then we make up a tea. I do use turmeric, but I bought the turmeric in powdered form. And then so I'll make a tea. This is what this amount of dry has produced. And you can see the different coloring, right?
So you did different batches?
Yeah. So your initial tea, from this, and then I just add hot water and let it sit half hour. Mm-hmm. And then I pull. And then I'll do it again. Hot water, let it sit half an hour, pull. And then, so you end up getting, now this, I mean, it's great cold. So like with us being sick, this is the one I would put in the fridge and make coffee and
so
tea
regular,
yeah,
higher strength,
super
extra strength,
yeah,
super strength.
So like for the horses, I would add half of this jar to that water bowl.
Well, you could always blend them all together.
Well, that's how I make this.
Is that what that one is?
Yeah, this one will go out. This is the one I pull out there because it's, and then I'll bring this in and make it a similar color by adding them together.
Right. Okay.
But it's free. You grow it in the garden. FYI, this winter, I planted a bunch more mullein because mullein it works fantastic for coughs and colds and respiratory and clearing the lungs and people with COPD and like it's a phenomenal respiratory herb. And so that's how we do utilize that, and we use it for the animals as well. It's all natural, doesn't hurt their livers, doesn't, and they can be on it forever. They don't need to, but this is 1 week we've done it with these guys out here. And already seeing a difference in skin and eyes. Now you could blend this as well. And so I kept this because we're actually going to give it to the duck that just came in. We're going to go that because she's underweight. I want her to have the substance in her belly as well. So I'll feed that to the duck straight up. In the summertime, it grows all over our yard, these plants. Last summer, with the smoke in the air, Levi had that cough. Mm-hmm. And so I would just pull in the plant live, yarrow, and giving it to him there. So there's lots of plants that grow in your garden. Look up a plant a week and figure it out, or message me and I'll tell you what I would do, right? Yeah.
Yeah, because you've done the research and you've got a whole bunch of little cheat codes.
Well,
cheat
the
slips.
Apothecary, like there's a bunch, plants work for different reasons, right? Like, and all laboratory meds are originated from plants. FYI, that is nature's most powerful thing, is the nature to heal. The power to heal in nature. So look to it for anything. And then you're not like adding.
Yeah, I'm wondering what's he doing. What's he doing, Toby?
He got his bed washed today. Hey, look at you. You got drooly. You're all wet.
Hi.
Yeah.
So here it is, Tara's Apothecary.
I love jars and I love containers. So yeah, no, it's you never know.
Her little.
I know. I have to resurrect them.
Her little things.
Yeah.
So, so that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. The little story in with Turbo and Tinker. Let us know in the comments who you think of next, who you would like to know about next. And then maybe what we'll do that one. I'll just ask you guys as to who you want. And I don't know what Tara's doing here, but
Oh my, they are blue.
I don't think they are made for this size.
Oh yeah, they are.
This
Look at this,
This
Tiana.
bear has quite the size of a head. She makes these as well, these memory bears. So.
Oh my, that's adorable.
So anyway, that's it for this video.
They're staying
Hope
down
you
there.
enjoyed it. Let us know who you'd like to learn about in the next video. And we hope you have a wonderful week. And those are too small for my head. Wow. And we'll see you next time. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.